Hey everybody, it is Friday night feeding time and my Pleco is out. My Spotted Tilapia is out a little bit. She's harassing the Pleco like she always does, and the Pleco is pretty much ignoring her like it always does. And while I certainly won't call either of these fish reclusive, neither of them are really out and about very much. I don't get a lot of good substantial video of those two fish just swimming out like this, so I want to try to get as much as I can while I can. Especially watching my tilapia attack the Pleco. It's really strange. The Pleco can go anywhere in the tank at once, and yet it always seems to hang out down at the end of the tank where the tilapia, that I've named Flo, for reasons that won't become clear in this video, the Pleco always just seems to hang out down around Flo's end of the tank, down in her territory, and it just annoys her no end. She's constantly pecking at him and poking at him and trying to get him to move. And again, he kind of sort of does, but not really. She can't really do anything to him other than annoy him, and eventually he just goes away. So it's kind of amusing to watch, but it's also sort of puzzling. I don't know why he doesn't just go down the other end of the tank. So if you look in that back corner, you can see where she's got all the gravel spread out and everything. So this corner of the tank is clearly hers. Now she will get down here at the other end of the tank and mingle. I often come in the room and find her down here sort of schooling with the other fish. But the far end of the tank is clearly hers. And she's still a little bit shy. For all the years I've had her, when I come in to feed everybody, they get all excited and she sort of drifts off down to this end of the tank and just kind of hides in the corner. Now I always make sure I throw plenty of algae wafers in at this end of the tank, and that's what we were just seeing. The Pleco came out to get some at the same time Flo came out to get some, and she's not happy about it. So there are some broken up, crumbled up pieces of algae wafer on the substrate right there, unless they've all been gobbled up by now, and it's very likely that they have. That Pleco makes short work of them, and so do these other fish in this tank. These silver dollars go through those algae wafers like they're candy, and then of course these creek chubs go through anything like it's candy. These creek chubs will just devour those algae wafers. If I don't break the algae wafers up, these creek chubs will actually gobble them whole. They don't even spit them out and chew them up again. They just gobble them whole and they're gone. One bite, one swallow, and no more algae wafer. So those creek chubs are no joke, and they're getting a lot bigger. They've still got a long way to go, so we're going to see how long we can keep them in the tank. I had to get rid of the other ones I had because they eventually got so big they were just getting a little too big for the tank, and that may be the case for my big shiner right there at some point. That fish is getting a little bit large. Not that it's necessarily large for the tank from a biological point of view, but the type of fish it is, just it needs a lot of dashing and darting and swimming around room, and it really doesn't get that in this crowded tank, especially at that size. So we might have to get rid of that one at some point. But anyway, I just wanted to give everybody a good look at my Spotted Tilapia there. I know this is my New World tank, and she is in fact a West African fish, or an Old World fish if you will. But that's okay, because I'm not really particular about biotopes or anything like that. By and large, for the most part, this is all New World fish in this tank. They're either South or North American, and her being my one little oddball in there doesn't bother me at all. In fact, she actually came from Florida, my regular viewers will know. So even though she's technically a species that's native to West Africa, they have been transplanted into Florida, and now they're considered an invasive species. And she was actually given to me by one of my viewers when she was a tiny little thing. I didn't even know what she was until it started growing out a little bit. I was able to identify it as the Spotted Tilapia. So she came from Florida, even though her species is from West Africa, so we can still call this a New World tank. But there you go, everybody. Just a little bit of a look on a Friday night after feeding time. Not a whole lot going on here in the fish room today, so I'm going to say thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe. You won't miss anything I got coming up. I have been working on some little odds and ends, tinkering around with my water hardness and pH, and I got a few videos rolling around in my head we're going to be talking about here in the very near future. So again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss any of that. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching. Don't forget, this one here is my new world tank. I'll see you real soon in the next one.